Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bill. This is Pushing Plastic. Here we like to discuss all things 3D printing related. Modeling, slicing, printing, new tech, you name it, we'll talk about it. Today we're going to talk about setting your flow ratio in Creality Print 7. Now as you know, Creality came out with a new version of Creality Print, version 7, of just a few weeks ago. And I've been getting a lot of emails and questions in the comments section on my channel regarding how to do this. It's confusing to some people. Now, I know we're just past the holidays. We got a lot of new people in the community. So if you know how to do this, I understand. The new folks who don't, this is for you. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this Elegoo Matte PLA and I'm going to run a flow ratio. I'm going to make a new material profile for this matte PLA, and we'll update that profile. We'll go ahead, we'll do the calibration prints, the setups, and we'll do the math, and we'll get you through this. So let's go ahead, jump into Creality Print, and let's get started. Okay, so I'm in Creality Print. And what I want to do is first get a filament to use as a foundation to build upon. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to select generic PLA. Now, the reason I'm selected generic PLA is because I'm using Elegoo's PLA. If I was using Elegoo's rapid PLA, I would start with Creality's hyper PLA as my foundation. Anytime you're using a high-speed filament that you're calibrating, start with a hyper PLA or a hyper ABS, hyper PETG, whatever you're using. If you're not using a high speed, go with the generics. So I'm going to start with the generic PLA, and I'm going to come over and select the pencil all the way over here on the right. And that brings me up to my edit. And what I'm going to do is come to the flow ratio, which you can see is currently set at 0.98. I'm going to change that to 1. Now, you don't have to do this, but it will make your math a heck of a lot easier when it comes time to do the math. So I'm going to go ahead, set mine to 1. I'm going to hit Save As, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it Elegoo PLA. Again, if I was doing Elegoo Rapid PLA, I would rename it Elegoo Rapid PLA. I do use a lot of the Rapid. I really like Elegoo's filaments. I'm not sponsored by them, but or get any kickbacks or anything. I just happen to like their filament. So I'm going to go hit OK. Make sure your user preset is set. And we'll hit OK. And we can just close this out. You can see it's already over here. There's our user preset. If we go back to system, you won't find it in this list. It's under user. So we'll close that out. And you can see we're set with Elegoo PLA up here. Now we're going to come over here on the left upper corner. And we're going to click the drop down arrow. We're going to come down to calibration. And we're going to hit flow rate. Now, one thing to mention real quick, if you haven't done a temperature tower to determine your best temperature for this, you should have run that first. I already ran one. Mine was set pretty good with what was already in the generic PLA, so that just transferred over to my new filament here. Let's hit pass 1, and you can see it puts on these 9 blocks. And because I'm using black, you can't see it real good, but you can see the -20, -15. That'll help us determine which one is the best. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to slice this. And here you can see the numbers a little bit better. These numbers indicate the different flow rates. A better way to visualize this is come over here on the left where it says line type on the drop down. Click on that and hit flow. There you go. Now you see a couple cool looking colors. And you'll see when you get to the dark orange over here on their little chart on the left, the higher you go, it's orange. When we get down like the -10, we're down here below yellow. So it gives you a visual idea of what's going on. This is how you know if your filament is actually changing the flow. Like everyone, some people, not everyone, some people say, oh, they all look the same. No, your eye just isn't trained to looking at this stuff yet. That's all there is to it. It's not a big deal. You stare hard enough, eventually you'll find it. Let's go ahead and send this to the printer, and we'll take a look on the other side and pick out which one is the best one. All right, so here's our results, and I can eliminate everything in this top row. It's heavily over-extruded, too much flow. The bottom, these are actually under-extruded. You can see the little gaps in here. When we get to the -3 in the middle, we're seeing some gaps in here yet, right in this area. Over here on the end, that one's still looking a little bit more on the over-extruded side. And in fairness, it's probably getting too much flow because I upped the flow rate at the beginning. Remember, I went from 0.98 to 1 just to make the math easier. This is not about finding the one that's perfect. It's about finding the one that is best. And in my opinion, yeah, that one feels real rough. 0 is nice and smooth. So I'm going to go with 0, and we'll run another pass and make an adjustment. Okay, so we're back in Creality Print, and so far the toughest thing we had to do was decide which one we liked the best. Now remember, I picked 0 for mine, the one right there in the center. So let's go back to prepare, and what I'm going to do is just click and draw a box around all of the objects. If mine are already selected, if they're not, just go ahead and draw that box and select them all. Then we're going to hit the delete key. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're not going to make a new project. We're going to go right to the drop down arrow in the upper left hand corner once again, and we're going to hit calibration. And this time we're going to flow rate, but we're clicking on pass 2. And what we want to do, and this is important, don't just skip through this, is you got to pick the one that we thought was the best. And in our case, 0. You notice how wherever I move my mouse, it draws a box around a green one. The one around the 20 isn't moving, but we want to click 0. In your case, if it was -5, 5, or whatever, make sure you click on that one. I'm clicking 0 because that was the best result I got. So I'm going to click 0. I'm going to hit confirm. And right now, this is where it's basically starting a new project for us. What you want to do is make sure you hit discard. Do not transfer, do not save those settings. Hit discard. And there we are. This time, instead of 9 boxes or 9 blocks, we got 10. And you'll notice the numbering starts at 0. We got -1, -2, -3. Everything in my case is based off of a negative number. This is fine tuning. So our coarse tuning, as it's called, was pass 1. 2 is the fine tuning. Well, same as before. All we have to do is go ahead and we slice the plate. And we're going to go ahead and you can take a quick look. I'm still on the flow. You notice you don't see as much of a color variation. You got like a burnt orange to almost a red up here. But it's not the drastic color change we had like we had in the past one. Again, because it's fine tuning. So let's go ahead and we're going to send this to the printer. And we'll take a look at it on the other side. Okay, so we're looking at pass 2, and this is where the magic happens. At the top, we have 0. And that's almost what we had. It should actually be what we had when we made our selection from pass 1. And going through, I can see -2 is looking the best to me so far. When I come down here to the everything in the bottom row is looking seriously under extruded. Well, not seriously, not like we had in the past one, but it still looks heavily under extruded. This row, same thing. You can see some gaps here at -6, -5. You get some peaks and valleys. -4 is looking better. -3 and -2 look pretty decent, but I'm liking -2 the best. It feels smoother, and that's what I'm going to go with. So let's go ahead and do some math now. Okay, so we're back in Creality Print. We're going to go ahead and we're going to update the results for our flow ratio for this Elegoo PLA. Now, our formula is going to be the starting flow rate, which was, in my case, it was 1. And as a reminder, in the beginning of the video, I went to my flow ratio. I changed this from 0.98 to 1. So I did that just for the ease of the math. So we're going to go 1, and we're going to multiply that by 100 plus our result from past 1, which was 0. So we got 100. And we're going to multiply that by 100 plus the past 2 result, which was -2. So what we're going to have there is 100 from past 1 and 98 from past 2. We're going to take those. So we got 100 multiplied by 98. So we got 9,800. And we're going to multiply that by the starting flow ratio, which was 1. So we're still at 9,800. And then we're just going to simply divide that by 10,000. So we have 9,800 divided by 10,000. And that is our new flow ratio. And it's 0.98. Coincidentally, where I started from. And that's all it is. It's just showing me that I already had the best possible flow rate, best probable flow rate for my filament. Now, the reason I say probable is because when you're getting your results from pass 1 and pass 2, it's very subjective. It's your opinion of what was best. Now, chances are you made the right selection. So don't second guess yourself on that. Don't be afraid to use it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this. And now every time I go to use my Elegoo PLA and I call up that profile, my flow ratio will always be 0.98. And that's all there is to it. It's pretty easy. Now, this is something that you're going to want to do for all of your filament brands and types. Now, if you're doing other Elegoo PLA, like we just did, you don't have to do one for each color. Some people do. You don't have to. But if you go and get yourself some Rapid PLA, then you're going to want to do a new one. Save your profile named Rapid PLA. If you're doing Polymaker, go ahead and run it. Any brand. I'm not sponsored by any of these filament brands. There are 2 of them that I use the most is Elegoo and Polymaker. I also use a lot of Freemover. If you haven't heard of them, they're less expensive on the filament. Their stuff's pretty good too, but I also run it for those. So make sure you do that. Don't be afraid to experiment with the settings. And remember, you might end up like I did, right back where you started. Remember, my original was 0.98. After I set it to 1, went through everything, did the calculations, it came back to 0.98. So you might already be at the best, but you're going to want to find out. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, hit that like button and tell me about it in the comments. Smash that bell to be alerted to new content in the future. Live your life one layer at a time. And if you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel grow.